Hello students, this is Mrs. Miller, and the purpose of this video is to walk you through the text analysis workshop. We're going to go through the 4 methods of characterization that we covered in the previous video. Let's do an example from method 1, physical appearance. In this novel, a girl finds herself abandoned with her younger siblings in a car outside a shopping mall. What do you learn about their mother from this one brief glimpse? This is from Homecoming. The woman put her sad moon face in at the window of the car. "You be good," she said. "You hear me? You little ones, mind what Dicey tells you. You hear?" "Yes, Mama," they said. "That's all right then." She slung her purse over her shoulder and walked away, her stride made uneven by broken sandal thongs, thin elbows showing through holes in the oversized sweater, her jeans faded and baggy. When she had disappeared into the crowd of Saturday morning shoppers entering the side doors of the mall, the 3 younger children leaned forward onto the front seat. So the close read question number 1 says, find 3 details that describe the mother's appearance. One example has been boxed for you. Here's our example that's boxed, holes in the oversized sweater. And then I want you to find 2 more details that describe how she looks. And that should be able to tell you something about the mom. Question number 2. What do you learn about the mother from the narrator's description? So based on the details that you found about her appearance, what do you learn about the mother? Go ahead and push pause on the video and respond to these 2 close read questions. Method 2, thoughts, speech, and actions. Here, a girl at her piano lesson notices an umbrella that was left behind by Eugene, an older student she admires and envies. This is from The White Umbrella. "I stared at the umbrella. I wanted to open it, twirl it around by its slender silver handle. I wanted to dangle it from my wrist on the way to school the way the other girls did. I wondered what Miss Crosman would say if I offered to bring it to Eugene at school tomorrow. She would be impressed by my consideration for others. Eugene would be pleased to have it back, and I would have possession of the umbrella for an entire night. I looked at it again, toying with the idea of asking for one for Christmas. I knew, however, how my mother would react. 'Things,' she would say. 'What's the matter with the raincoat? All you want is things, just like an American.'" Let's look at the close read questions. The boxed text suggests that the girl wants to fit in at school. What do her other thoughts tell you about her? So let's look through her other thoughts and then tell me, what are you able to figure out about the character based on what she's thinking? Don't forget to restate the question, answer the question, and use details from the text to support your answer. Let's talk about question number 2. What do the girl's thoughts in lines 7 through 10 reveal about her relationship with her mother? Well, I can see a 10 right here. So I know that this is line 7, 8, 9, and 10. So based on just these lines, these few lines, what can you tell me about the relationship between the girl and her mother? Go ahead and restate the question, answer the question, and use details from the text to support your answer. Okay, let's talk about the 3rd method of characterization. It says other characters. In this excerpt, a girl named Cassie walks into her classroom and faces her classmates and her teacher. As you read, observe how the other characters react to Cassie. Does she seem to be well liked? This is from Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry. "I hurried to the rear of the building, turned to the right, and slid into a 3rd-row bench occupied by Gracie Pearson and Alma Scott." "You can't sit there," objected Gracie. "I'm saving it for Mary Lou." I glanced back at Mary Lou Wellever. depositing her lunch pail on a shelf in the back of the room, and said, "Not any more, you ain't." Miss Daisy Crocker, yellow and buck-eyed, glared down at me from the middle of the room with a look that said, "So, it's you, Cassie Logan." Okay, let's take a look at the close read questions. Does Gracie Pearson like Cassie? Explain. So you need to restate the question, answer the question, use details from the text to support your answer. Question number 2 says, reread the boxed sentence about Miss Crocker, Cassie's teacher. That's this area right here. How does Miss Crocker feel about Cassie? Don't forget to explain your answer. Question number 3 says, what impression do you get of Cassie from the other characters' reactions to her? In other words, what are your thoughts about Cassie based on how the others are treating her? Go ahead and restate the question, answer the question, and use details from the text to support your answer. Let's take a look at method 4, narrator's comments. Here, the narrator tells you directly about a character named Mac. What do you learn about Mac from the narrator's comments? This is from Kitty and Mac, a love story. He was 18, and one newspaper article about him said that he could be in the major leagues by the time he was 19. That's how good he was. Naturally, the baseball coach loved him. That was the thing about Mac. The people who liked him usually liked him because he was a star. Mac had an attitude problem. He thought he could just show up and everybody was supposed to fall down and go crazy or something. He was pretty smart, too, but he made this big show of not caring about his grades. Close read question number 1 says, on the basis of the narrator's comments, how would you describe Mac? You need to restate the question, answer the question, and use details from the text to support your answer. Question number 2 says this, do you think the narrator admires Mac? Support your opinion with evidence. So go ahead and respond to these close read questions.